Well, good afternoon, and this is our fourth Saturday Thought during this fourth week of lockdown, or during the end of our fourth week of lockdown. And today I want to talk about truth. Truth is something that is very difficult to find. For example, I was looking at the internet this afternoon to see what else is going on in the world apart from coronavirus, and it's very difficult to find anything on BBC News. Other news providers are indeed available, but it's very difficult to find out what exactly is the whole truth about what is going on today, apart from this global pandemic. But there's so much mistruth and truths. For those of you who have the internet, no doubt you'll come across all sorts of things which are dubious, all sorts of false truths, all sorts of false messages being passed around, especially if you are on social media, which you must be if you're listening to this message today. And indeed, the gospel is no different from that. There's lots of ideas about how one should live their lives. You only live once, and all that kind of tripe that goes around about how we should live and living for the moment. But obviously, from the Christian point of view, we live for eternity. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful ideas out there. And indeed, there are false preachers too. Often the false preachers were often confined to the prosperity gospel and in America, but sometimes you do indeed find false preachers in our own land. After all, there seems to be all these people preaching on the internet now, and a bit of discernment is required to find out, are they speaking the truth? I'm not just speaking about wee doctrinal issues, but there are major things that people are skewing the gospel and preaching all sorts of mistruths. And indeed, that permeates all parts of society. And indeed, we might be compromised in that there are so many people who find that they're just preaching all sorts of ideas, or indeed they're telling all sorts of ideas, and they lose their integrity. Some people have got noses which are so big like Pinocchio's. We've all got friends and acquaintances perhaps like that, and you don't know if what they say is true or not so true. But indeed, we're told in how to find the truth, we're told to search ye the scriptures. You know, someone said, Pontius Pilate said, what is truth? He said that in the story leading up to Easter Sunday. But also, we find the answer to all the truths that we need if we search the scriptures. It's our first port of call if we're trying to find what is true, what's not so true, and what's utterly ridiculous. Some of it's easy to discern what's true and what's not true, but for the bigger questions in life, searching the scriptures is how we find out what's true, to find the cornerstone for our lives. Of course, on top of that, we do find that, as someone said, many people have said, if you don't believe in God, you'll believe in anything. And that's very true at this time at all. You get all sorts, again, tripe on the internet. Someone saying that they saw a robin, and it's a sign of their loved one being with them. Someone seeing the light going out in their room. That's their loved ones communicating with them, letting them know that they're listening in. All these kinds of folk tales are just so paramount in people's minds. They believe in anything these days. But telling people about the hope and the comfort in Jesus, it seems to be a truth too far. But ultimately, if we are looking for answers, if we search the scriptures, we will find the answers that we require for these big strategic cornerstone decisions in our lives. So something for us to be aware about. What is truth? And where do we find truth? We find truth in the scriptures. May God bless you all.